And that comfortable position can be anywhere that feels good right now. I'm just going to arrive in the place of peacefulness, a place of joy, and a place of warmth. So to get that warming breath, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And if you can, constrict the muscles through the back of the throat. Which helps to create a deeper sounding breath. But also helps to warm the breath even more. And keep following every single breath in its entirety. Exploring any sensations that you notice. Exploring any sounds or maybe even smells that are going on. But just bringing your attention to them without questioning. Well, what a great thing it is to celebrate and experience the joy in our lives. We have so many opportunities that we can experience joy, whether that's through laughter, through friendship, learning, travel, when we have the chance, experiencing the joys of nature, or anything that makes you feel your inner passion. We benefit so much from making time for the things that give us joy. When we experience the joy, we help to spread it to those that are surrounding us. I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes just allowing ourselves that tiny bit of time to ourselves can make such a difference. Your general well-being and your general state of happiness. It doesn't have to be anything massive either. You could just take the time out to experience the joy of eating your favourite dish or drinking your favourite beverage. Just savouring every second of it and being in the moment. So tonight, as well as finding the warmth or creating a warmth for ourselves, take the time to experience the joy of movement. Start to make some gentle movements. Wriggling the fingers, wriggling the toes. We're going to get moving straight away. So let's start on hands and knees. Hands on shoulders, knees under hips. Breathing into upward cat, breathing out to downward cat. Try to find a place to relax as you move. So we don't focus on the rigidity of our bodies or the stiffness that we may be experiencing. If it feels nice, have a little roll around. Again, just enjoying how free it feels to move. And coming back onto all fours with a neutral spine, draw one knee underneath your chest, circle it around and return it back. Same leg. So full circle, pull the knee as close to the chest as you can, lift and open as high as you can, and then return back in. At the same time, try and keep your weight central rather than shifting towards the side of the other hip. Oh, a nice big pop in my hip then. After 5, switch sides. So tuck the knee under, lift and circle it around. Doesn't matter how big you make the movement. Just go with what feels right for your body. Now we're going to swap legs. And this time we're going to take the circle back. So we're going to lift the knee, lift the foot towards the ceiling, then take it around and under. Lift up, around and under. Getting a little extension in the hip as the leg lifts. After 5, switch over, or however many you've done. Try and keep your shoulders still. Your spine still, so we don't arch the lower back. After 5, again, find your anchoring hands and shins on the floor. Opposite arm, opposite leg, going to lift up and forwards. Slide it out onto the diagonal, return it back and lower, then switch sides. Lift the arm and the leg, slide it out onto the diagonal, return it back, and then lower down. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Slide the leg and arm out diagonal, return it back and down. So the whole time you're doing that action, your spine stays still. The movement comes from in the hip and in the shoulder. Find length in the reach, more so than the height. Then when you've done both sides equally, find child's pose. Knees wide, feet together, stretching the arms far along the floor. Pressing the chest down. As deeply as it comes, where it can go. Eye gaze then towards the fingertips, stroking cobra on the inhale, pull the chest through the arms, hips are down in cobra, elbows bent, exhale back into child's pose. Let's do that again, coming forward on your inhale, pull the belly away from the floor, exhale, push back. If you wish to lift into upward dog, lift the thighs off the floor as the arms straighten. Let's do one more. And then this time lift into upward dog. Upward dog, that is upward dog, downward dog. And pedal the feet up and down. Inhale into plank. Either stay on the toes or drop to the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower your chest halfway down. Inhale into cobra or upward dog. Exhaling back into downward dog. Lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. Pull the belly in. At the top, bend the knee, open the hip. Press your right shoulder down more. Step the foot between the hands to lunge. If it doesn't get there, pick it up, slide it forwards. Drop the back knee to the floor. Lift the arms up and open. Maybe open to a back bend if your body feels ready for it. Hands down as you next inhale, take a twist to the right side. As you exhale, hands down. Lift the back knee, step back into downward dog. Left leg rises, breathing in. Bend the knee, open the hip as you exhale. Step forwards to lunge as you inhale. Drop the knee. Exhale, settle. Breathing in, lift the arms. Breathing out, lift the front of the belly and lift the hips, create extension in the hip. Hands down, leaning forward as you inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Hands down. As you inhale, step forwards. Exhale and fold. Breathing in, stand. Extended mountain pose. Pose. Lift the arms. Exhale, knees bend and fold. Step or jump back to plank. On the inhale, exhale, elbows bend and lower. Inhale into your back bends. Pull the chest further forwards. Awesome. Exhale, down the dog. Reach from the rib cage. Right leg lifts, breathing in, breathing out. Knee bends, open hip. Step the foot forwards to lunge as you inhale. Choose to drop the back knee or not as you exhale. If your back knee is up, straighten the back leg more. And then see if you can keep the back leg long as we take the arms up. Engage the belly so the lower back doesn't grumble. Sink the hips down as you exhale. Twisted lunge as you inhale, lean forwards. Rotate the chest if you wish to. Cross the elbow, the arm outside the opposite knee. Whoop, and fall over. Hands down, stepping back to downward dog. Left leg rises on the inhale. Breathe in, breathe out, bend the knee. Only let the hip move, don't let anything else move. Step the foot forwards, lunge, screw that foot into the floor. Breathe out, slide your front knee forwards, back leg back. Then inhale, lift the arms. Exhale. Oh, explore, feel the joy. Hands down, twisted lunge. Either hand to the floor or hand across the outside of the opposite knee. Keep the legs really still as you turn the chest. Hands down, step forwards, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need here. Let's take one more breath in and fold. One more breath out. Then roll up to stand as you inhale. Oh, feel the joy of that lift. Exhale, knees bend, hinge, and fold. Step or jump back to the plank. You can land straight down with the elbows bent if you wish. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press down through the tops of the feet, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Breathe in, same sequence, breathe out, bend the knee. Now here, can you open your legs a little bit wider? Step the foot forwards to lunge. Breathing out, sink the hips down. Again, you choose knee up or knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, explore the sensation of the hip. Keep your hips square. So press your left hip forward, draw the right hip back and touch. Hands down into twisted lunge. As you inhale, spread the chest. Breathe out, climb your left shoulder to the outside of the right knee or press it towards the inner edge. Hands down, steps back, downward dog. Left leg rises on the inhale. Reach it up, lift it out of the hip socket, then bend the knee. Open the hip. Step the foot forwards, lunge. Secure your base. Take the next breath in and lift. Pressing down through the base of the big toe. Breathing out. Keep lifting your torso up out of the hips. Twisted lunge on your inhale. Squeeze your belly in. Helps you to lengthen your torso a little bit more. Hands down, step forwards as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. And just spend another breath here. Breathing up the length of the backs of your legs to your tailbone, breathing out, feeling the softness from the lower part of your spine down towards the floor. Rolling up on the inhale, stretching the arms up overhead. This time as you exhale, take the hands behind your back and clasp. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Lift your abdominals in and up towards the lower part of your rib cage. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Stack the shoulders over the hips, take the arms up. Step in your right leg back. Landing the foot. Warrior two. So here, long open hips, sliding the inner edge of your left knee forwards, rolling the inner edge of the right thigh in. Inhale, joyous warrior. Left arm reaches up, side bend over towards the right foot. Nice, and can we sink the hips down a little bit more? Now, if you want the challenge, lift your left heel up off the floor, sink the hips down a little deeper, land the heel. Then do that again, lift the heel, sink the hips, land the heel. Can you feel the warmth in your left thigh? One more time, lift the heel, sink the hips, land the heel. Triangle pose, straighten the front leg, bring the arms to shoulder height, sliding torso over the left foot, spiraling the arms down, letting yourself go wherever feels good. And just because I can't resist, bend your left knee, shift your weight into your left leg, floating half moon. Hinging as far forwards as you wish, spreading the weight equally through all the four corners of your foot and stretching out of the sole of your right foot. Gently land, good work, feet together. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, knees bend and fold. Rolling up to stand on the inhale. Arms overhead, exhale, take the hands behind the back and clasp. And then do the same on the other side. Stepping your left leg back. Turning to face the left long edge of your mat, warrior two. Pressing down through the four corners of each foot. Letting the tailbone slide directly down so we're not sticking the bum out and we're not arching the back. Sun warrior, joyous warrior. Right arm over towards the left foot. Pulling the front of the abdominals in. Feeling the ribcage lift away from the hips. Then, if you wish to find the challenge, lift your heel of the right foot, sink the hips down, land the heel. So we do that 3 times. Again, lift, sink, keep the knee in line with the foot, land the heel. One more time, lift, sink a little bit deeper, land the heel. Triangle.
Straighten the legs, but push into the floor firmly through the feet. Lengthen over the right leg. Spiral the arms down. Make sure your right knee is aiming towards the center of the right foot. So you may need to use your inner thigh strength just to turn the knee out a bit more, and your outer glute strength. You ready for the balance? Shifting your weight forwards into the right leg. Try and stay as open as your triangle. Lifting left leg, hinging down. Feel free to use anything you wish to support you. And then gently land, feet together. Yay, inhale. That looked like it was everyone's more controlled side. Exhale, forward fold. Step or jump back to plank. As you inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, upwards dog, exhale, downward dog. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Three-legged dog, press the chest back, press the bottom thigh back. Bend the knee at the top, squeeze the belly in a little bit more. Step the foot forwards between the hands. Lunge, knee up or knee down, your choice. Roll the back thigh in a touch, lifting the arms as you inhale. Go if you can, keep the back leg as straight as possible, unless it hurts your back, and then bends the knee. Take the chest wider, the arms wider. Twisted lunge coming forwards. Squeeze the rib cage down towards the hips. Hands to the floor or arm to outside knee. Gently lower hands to floor, sit back to downward dog. Left leg rises on the inhale. Yeah, feel strong in this position, bends the knee, open the hip. Step the foot forwards, lunge. Knee up, knee down. Arms rise, breathing in. Breathing out. Keep lifting the front of the belly, front of the ribs, front of the chest, front of the hips. Joyful and energizing. Leaning forwards, find your twist. Can you climb a little bit more outside your leg, or a little closer to the inner edge if your hands are down? Arm draws back with that top arm. Hands towards the floor. Lift step the leg forwards as you breathe in, as you breathe out, fold. Just in another couple of breaths. Tipping the weight just a little bit further forwards through the front of the foot, middle front of the foot. Rise to stand as you inhale. Clasp the hands behind your back as you exhale. Find a gentle back bend. Gently releasing on the inhale, lifting your arms up overhead, lift your right knee. As you exhale, push down through the back of your left leg. Inhaling, take your right leg back, hinge forwards, warrior three. Stretch the back leg away. Gently land the leg on the floor, warrior one. The heel is down. So if it's a struggle to get the heel down, or if your hips start to rotate to the side, step your back leg a little bit wider out. That can feel more comfortable. Breathing in, lift the arms up overhead. Press down really firmly into that front leg. Lift the back quad from the kneecap, so the leg is straight. We get that deep stretch through the calf. Circle the arms behind the back. Clasp. Take a breath in. Lift the front of the chest. If this aggravates your lower back, then back off the back bend, but lengthen up a little bit more through the torso. Amazing. Okay, straighten the front leg. Hinge your chest forwards. If you wish to take your hands towards your shin instead, this is okay. Front knee can bend as much as you need as well, but feel the stretch through your left hamstring. Back leg is anchored. Pyramid pose. Hips are square to the short edge of your mat. Let go of your hands. Let them rest anywhere you wish, and you may want to roll your head down to your shin. Just gently press down through the inner edge of both feet a bit more. So we get that strength, we get that power, we get that warmth, and we feel the joy of the moment a little bit more. Bending the front knee, stepping forwards into forward fold. Gently rise on the inhale, extending mountain. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. Open the chest. Squeeze the upper back tightly. Inhale, take the arms overhead, stack the shoulders over the hips, lift the left leg. Exhale, squeeze your right butt cheek in and up. Hinging forwards, bend your right knee a touch. Lengthen the back leg away from you. Landing a long step back, foot fully on the floor, warrior one. Breathing in, lifting the arms. Check the hips are square so you're not twisting open on this side. Push down firmly into both legs, not just the front leg or not just the back leg. Hands behind the back and clasp. Strong, powerful. Where's the joy in here? Maybe the joy is in your hips. Maybe the joy is in your calf. Maybe the joy is in your heart. Pyramid, push into that front leg, draw the hips back. You find that strong grounding through the legs. Squeeze the belly in to help you support your torso. Gently releasing the hands to the floor. Fold your chest a little deeper if it feels good, or just be where you need to be. Feeling steady and calm by getting that inner edge of foot grounding. And then create the sensation of pulling up from the feet, up the inner edge of the leg all the way to the hips. Bending the front knee, stepping back into plank this time. And then flow. Bend the elbows lower down. Inhale, drag yourself forward. Exhale. Downward dog. Right leg lifts on the inhale, three-legged dog. Bend the knee at the top, open the hip. Now see where you can go this time. Can you take your knee further behind you? Step the foot forwards between the hands. Knee up or knee down, your choice. Inhale into your lunge, or high lunge. Sink the hips, really go root to your edge this time. If your knee has started to roll inwards, make sure it's not. Twisted lunge. Wrap your arm behind your back. The top arm, that is. And then you're going to step the back foot in until you can ground it. And then draw the hips back to straighten the front leg. So we're in twisted pyramid. So if your knee was on the floor in your lunge, lift it first, land the heel, straighten both legs, twist towards the right side. Nice, now can you lengthen your sternum forwards just to elongate your back a little bit more. Let it feel like your inner thighs are rolling together. And then hopefully that inner thigh pulling together helps to create a deeper sensation in the outer part of your glute. Gently release, bring the hands down to the floor. Stepping back to downward dog. Left leg rises on the inhale, three-legged dog. Reach it a little bit further, then bend the knee. Feel that power in your upper body as you're pushing your hands into the floor. Step the foot forwards between the hands. High lunge. Arms rise. Doesn't that feel amazing? Exhale, sink a little deeper. Coming forwards into twisted lunge. I'm going to take my hand to the floor first this time. And get that deep rotation by pressing the bottom shoulder forwards, top shoulder draws back. Arm wraps behind your back. If your back knee is on the floor, lift the knee off the floor. Everyone step your foot in a touch. Create your warrior one legs. But pull your hips back to elongate your left leg. Twisted pyramid. If the floor feels too low down, you're welcome to bring your hands to the shin so your torso is higher instead. It might even feel easier to rotate in. Taking one more breath in. One more breath out. Then unravel. Hands to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Then inhale forwards to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg lifts on the inhale, three-legged dog. At the top, bend the knee, open the hip. Coming underneath this time into swan. Bringing your shin roughly the width. Say roughly, it depends how big your shin is. It's the short edge of your mat. Taking your right knee slightly wider than your right hip. And your ankle underneath the opposite knee, roughly. And then when you're there, come down into fold. Hey, welcome back, John. So this does feel too tight. You can drop your bum to the side, bend the back knee. And then aim your torso over the width of the shin. There's definitely joy in this moment. Joy of stillness. The joy that can only be achieved from sitting into a deep stretch that your body really craves. And you're welcome to stay there a little bit longer, or we walk our hands back in to lift the chest, bend the back knee and find the quad stretch. Nice. And if you've got the quad stretch, keep lifting the front of the chest upwards as much as possible. So really maintain that extension through the hip flexor. And that also helps us to get the stretch deeper through our rectus femoris, which is the very most superficial of the quads. Yeah. And then cramp. And 10, 30 more seconds here. And gently release wherever you are. Laying down, hands back into your chest. If you've got hold of the foot, let it go. Make your way into downward dog. It might not be so easy now. And then just pedal the feet up and down. Taking the left leg up when you're ready, three-legged dog. At the top, bend the knee, open the hip. For the last time here. Step the foot underneath, find your swan. Shin onto the floor, or outer shin onto the floor. Take your time to settle into that comfortable place. Trying to roll the back hip down, or the right hip even down towards the floor. Maybe even walking the leg back a touch more to bring the hip closer to the floor. Never choose to stay here. Or find your quad stretch.
amazing does this feel? What sensations can you tune into? So take 3 more breaths here. Almost feels too good to move, doesn't it? And gently release the foot if you're holding it. If you're down, lift your chest up. Oh, shift your hips to the side, spin your feet round in front of you. That's easier said than done, isn't it? And then roll the legs side to side. Lay yourself down onto your back. Hug your knees into the chest. You have a little rock side to side if that feels nice. And let's take a twist. So either sliding the knees out, sliding the feet out, squeezing the legs together and dropping them down to one side, or cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Lift your hips to the right side of the mat. Then you're welcome to wrap your foot around the back of your shin if you wish, or not, doesn't matter. And then roll over to the left side. If you want to place anything underneath the knees, if they're lifted away from the floor, then you can do so. Try and just breathe into the back of your right shoulder so it anchors down onto the floor. Welcome the joy into your body in this pose. Spreading your heart space. So take the armpits further away from one another. Taking one more deep breath in. One amazing breath out. And then we transition to the other side by running back to the centre. If the legs are crossed, uncross the legs. Lift the hips over to the other side of your mat. Then cross your left thigh over the right thigh. Wrap around the shin if you wish to, or you don't have to. And then lower your knees down to the right side. If you feel intensity, can you let it go?
If you feel discomfort, can you let it go? Just taking one more breath in. One more breath out. And then returning back to the center of the mat. Aligning your hips underneath your rib cage. And then choosing a comfortable position to rest in. If you want to grab something warm, then you're welcome to. And tune into every single breath. That's your main focus right now, is just to breathe and be conscious of the fact that you're breathing. Feel the joy in this moment right now. It doesn't have to be anything deeply profound. It can just be the joy of being on your own for a few moments. The joy. I'm just feeling supported as you rest on the floor. Or the joy of the feeling of your muscles being lengthened. when you notice joy. It's very contagious to those around us. Could be something very cool to think of right now. Of experiencing joy, or help your family experience joy, your friends experience joy. It's very contagious. Take 5 more really long, deep breaths. Feel the joy of each one. And bring your awareness back into your body. Making tiny movements that turn into bigger movements. And do whatever your body needs to reawaken.
And then in your own time, in your own way, bring yourself back up to seated.